What's up, everybody? This is Jason David Frank, the Green Ranger, and you are watching Ranger Wrap Up.
Man, give me the piece. No. How do you mean no? I mean, I'm holding on to this one.
Yo, whoa, a little blown out there. Hold on, let me fix that. There you go. What is up, everybody? It's Saturday. I'm alone right now, but I'm not going to be alone the whole show. I'm just here to intro the show, get you guys hyped about the show. We were gone last week because we were at San Diego Comic-Con, just, trying to soak it all in. The whole world is coming back, and San Diego Comic-Con is the mecca of all conventions, but it's not the convention that we all love. We all love Power Morphicon, which is going to be towards the end of August, and we're super excited about that. But there's a ton of San Diego Comic-Con news that came out. My whole team, we got you covered. We got you covered on all the stuff that you want to know about San Diego Comic-Con, everything that came out, everything that's coming out. Yeah, we're got a good cast of people today. We're going to be joining, talking about the future of Power Rangers comics, toys, the show. Hopefully, Dino Fury is coming back soon. I feel like it's so close. I know it's maybe, I think it's going to happen right before Power Morphicon. But, thank you guys so much for watching. It is Saturday, and like I always say, you could be anywhere else in the world, but you're here with us here on the Ranger Wrap Up live on YouTube. So thank you so much for joining. We're going to let a few people come in, but, let's get started with some toy news from my buddy, Mr. Josh Perry, with a little lightning storm.
Hello, Power Rangers Lightning Collection fans. This is Josh Perry from the Illuminerdi, and here's everything that happened this past week for the Power Rangers Lightning Collection. So first up for this week, we had the brand new Power Sword released in the UK, which means we got to see some video and photo reviews and stuff of it out there. And it definitely does look pretty impressive. However, it is still very expensive, but if you are willing to shell out the $220 for it, it is in stock right now at Big Bad Toy Store alongside the Power Lance, which we've been seeing some videos and stuff out this past couple weeks as well. So both of these items are out, but they are the most expensive things in the Lightning Collection out there that have ever been made. So if you're willing to spend the money on them, go ahead and get them, but they are out now. Speaking of out now is also the Tyrannosaurus Sentry. So we talked about before how this has been spotted in Targets finally after over a year wait for all the pre-orders. And speaking of those pre-orders, they have finally started shipping from the Target website and Hasbro Pulse. So right now the Sentry is down and out of stock on both of those websites right now. However, it is listed as a July 31st release at the Target website. So even though they have been sending out some of the pre-orders, it is possible that tomorrow some of them will go back up on Target's website. So just keep an eye out for that, or you can go ahead and check your Target stores because they're being found more and more. And speaking of Hasbro Pulse, right now they have some restocks in stock for Mighty Morphin Red and Lord Draken from the original Wave 3 lineup from 2019. So if you never got those figures that ended up becoming pretty rare, you have another chance to get them right now. There's nothing different about them. They are just straight up restocks of the versions that came out 3 years ago, so they haven't fixed Mighty Morphin Red's helmets or anything like that. They're just another chance to get them if you never got these now hard to find figures. And then the big thing that happened this past week from the UK and also Australia is that the Zord Ascension Project Megazord has finally been released after nearly a year since its announcement. So this is the first entry in Hasbro's brand new Lightning Collection Zords, and for the most part, a lot of people are quite underwhelmed by this. The package is extremely impressive. I think it's a very nice, highly collector-looking package for the Dino Megazord with the Zord cockpit symbols and everything, and the presentation is beautiful. But there's been a lot of complaints about the Megazord's plastic quality and its build quality and the hollowness of it and everything, and also the fact that it has a lot of weird not show accurate designs littered all over it. Some people really like how that looks and are willing to pay the $165 price tag for this, but others that is a huge turn off, and I totally get why. But there are video reviews of it out there right now and some size comparisons with some previously released Megazords throughout the Power Rangers toy line, and you can make your own judgment based on all that, if it's worth it for you or if it's a skip and you're good with any other version of it that you may already have. And that's pretty much everything we had to talk about for this week for the Power Rangers Lightning Collection. Of course, until next time, if you guys would like to learn more details about all these different stories in depth, you can check out the full episode of Lightning Storm available on the Tokusatsu YouTube channel right now. And you can also check out my articles over at the Illuminerdi and follow me on Twitter at LivingRangerKey or LightningFigPR. And this has been a little quickie Lightning Storm.
Thank you, Josh. Always hitting us with the toy news galore. We're gonna be talking a little bit about that later on in the show. So if you guys stick around, today I think we got Ash, we got Liz, we got Erlim, we got Joe. So we're all going to be talking about some of the stuff that's been happening so far in Power Rangers. Not too much in like the Power Ranger side. There's a lot of Super Sentai stuff, a lot of Rider stuff that came out. We've got some Comic-Con exclusives. I know I got 2 of them over here. Liz got one that she wants to show you guys a little later. But yeah, let's keep the show rolling, and to start it off, let's hit you guys with Ash and his comic news, and he's going to be breaking down everything that happened at San Diego Comic-Con as far as the future of Power Rangers comics. Ash, what you got?
So, San Diego Comic-Con 2022 is officially on. And today, or yesterday, there was a panel for Power Rangers and the Boom Studio comics with Hasbro revealing some toy stuff as well. But if you want to see that stuff, go watch Toku Topics. Go check out Josh. Does amazing work covering the Lightning Collection figure stuff. Go check him out. He's amazing. So, they did a panel for the comics where they had several massive big reveals for the Power Ranger comics. So, on this panel we had Ryan Parrott, Matt Groom, the writer for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and Mighty Morphin and Power Rangers. We had Melissa Flores, who has worked on Power Rangers, and we'll get to Melissa in a bit because big things are happening for Melissa. And Daphne Pleben, who is the editor-in-chief, I believe, for the Power Rangers comics. So, let's talk about the news, because oh boy, is there a lot to talk about. So, first thing, I am reading this off Ranger Command, I should say that. They've got nice little articles for me to read and some high quality photos for me to look at and show you guys as well. So, Boom Studios announces the brand new recharged era in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue 101. That's right. No more Mighty Morphin, no more Power Rangers. The comic is going back to being called Mighty Morphin Power Rangers once again. And, I scrolled down too fast. And you'll have the comics being numbered like they originally were. So, issue 100 is going to join the issues back together, being one single comic. No more split. Confusing to read through? Definitely. But I'll probably make a guide on that in the nearby future. So, let's read the article. Boom Studios announces brand new recharged era in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue 101. Discover a recharged Mighty Morphin Power Rangers series in October 2022. So, seeing how we're nearly at the end of July, no doubt about it, this weekend we are probably going to get the solicitations for October. So, if you're brand new to the channel and you want to find out what might be happening in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue 101, stay tuned to this channel, hit subscribe, turn on notifications if you haven't already. I'd much appreciate it. So, this is just sort of recapping everything that's going on, but they also announced that Melissa Flores, I do apologize if I am pronouncing your name wrong, but Melissa is now writing the Power Rangers comics. Now, if you don't know who Melissa is, she has worked with the Power Rangers brand on the TV show. She was the director and development of Power Rangers. She worked on the production side. She was a writer, a director. Melissa has done a lot of things for the Power Rangers brand when she worked at Hasbro and Saban. So they have someone who actually worked on the series. Not only that, Melissa is doing her very own comic as well. So now Melissa's working on her own stuff and working on Power Rangers. That is pretty freaking amazing. So let's read a quote from Melissa. Being able to write Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is a literal dream come true, and I can't stop pinching myself, she said. The coming issues will feature a wild ride that will aim to honor the incredible history of this iconic series and push the Rangers to their absolute limits. Push it to the limits. We're going to have Simona D. Giafinis. I do apologize if I butchered your name as well. But they're a comic book artist from Rome, Italy. She's worked on Italian book publishers and stuff like that. And she's worked on film advertisements and stuff like that. And she started working on Boom Studios. She's done stuff for covers and that. Okay, that's pretty cool. So let's read a quote from Simona. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is one of the comic book series I've always wanted to illustrate. So full of action and emotion, she said. I'm really excited to start a new adventure with all of you and pick a copy of issue 101. Be prepared to be amazed. And then I believe we have a quote from... Okay, that's just all the covers. So, let's read the little blurb. Okay, nothing about the plot. They just say they're excited about this, which I am too. I'm glad that the Power Ranger comics are continuing and they're still going strong, but let's look at these covers. So, we've got the main cover where we've got the Mighty Morphin team, and this looks amazing. So we've got the White Ranger there, and we've got the Pink Ranger there. So I do wonder, after issue 100, we're going to do a time jump to the ninja powers, and Cat's going to be introduced, just like how the Stone Canyon Trio were introduced. We've got this one. This one looks great. I like this one. I like the coloring and stuff like that. Looks really cool. We've got the toy figures back once again. They're doing these covers. I believe they started these covers with issue 100, so they're probably going to be continuing for a while. Then we've got this Pink Ranger cover. Now, looking at it, I do wonder, is this Cat? We've got a crane there. We've got some interesting poses, so I do wonder if Cat is finally coming into play. But we've got another big Power Rangers comic announcement, one that everyone has been waiting to see, wanting to see, ever since the series began back in December and ended in 2020. And that is, we are finally getting a sequel for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and the Ninja Turtles. That's right, they are doing another crossover this year at the end of December 2022. Let's read the article. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles return for a brand new comic book series from Boom Studios. Discover the highly anticipated return of the best-selling comic event series in December 2022. So, let's read it. We've got Ryan Parrott coming back to write it. Dan Mora is going to be the artist. That is great. Dan and Ryan make an awesome pair. And I'm glad that Ryan is still doing Power Rangers stuff for Boom, because when Ryan said, oh, I'm going to stop writing the comics after issue 100, but that doesn't mean I won't be doing other Power Rangers related stuff in the future, or I could do stuff. And I'm pretty sure he was hinting at this, but he couldn't say anything. So, let's keep reading. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers / Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 is a brand new adventure with the two most iconic teen crime-fighting teams that come together once again to save the world from a rising danger that threatens both teams to the brink. I wonder if they're going to introduce Krang, because last time they first Shredder, and then it left the it left a sequel open. So I do wonder if Krang is going to show up in this comic. Let's read it. There's the giant cover, which might be the thumbnail. So let's read the blurb. The first Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles team up resulted in iconic moments such as the reveal of Green Ranger Shredder, the Ninja Rangers, and the Mighty Turtle Zord, said Daphne. But if you think there's nothing that can top that, just wait till you see what's up for both teams as they face familiar faces and unexpected villains in an adventure full of new shocking twists and turns. I cannot wait. And that's the wraparound cover for issue 1 that's coming out in December by Dan Mora. So, they just talk about Boom, they talk about Nick, and stuff like that. But either way, this is big and exciting stuff for the Power Rangers comic, and I can't wait to see what is going to happen next. I think they did an amazing panel. I haven't watched it yet, but we had some really good announcements coming out of San Diego Comic-Con for Power Rangers, and I can't wait to see what is going to happen next with the Power Ranger comics. So, stay tuned, subscribe, turn on notifications for a bunch of other stuff we will see with the Power Rangers universe. With that said, I'm going to bring this video to a close. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. If you're new, don't forget to turn on notifications and stuff like that. With that said, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day or night, and I'll see you guys later.
That was great, Ash. Thank you so much for that. Catching us up on all the comic news. Pretty excited about Melissa coming back. Future of Boom Studios Power Ranger Comics is, I think, in good hands. I think we're good. So, we're getting closer and closer to that panel discussion, but we gotta hit you with some fan theories for some Dino Fury, because I know you guys are super excited about Dino Fury coming back soon. I know it's like on the cusp of coming back. We're gonna get an announcement maybe within the next week or something. Something's happening. But Dan from the fan club, he hit us up with another Power Ranger fan theory, and we're gonna show you some.
I can't do this on my own, 'cause you know things ain't always sweet when you out here in these streets. But my morpher, when it morphed, I made a fake one.
With 11 episodes left of Power Rangers Dino Fury to premiere on Netflix, the fans have been going crazy, speculating, giving us some crazy fan theories. And today we're going to talk about Rafkon. How in the heck does this planet get moved? I've got a lot of questions. We're going to talk about it, what the connection is with Lord Zedd. Let's get into this video. So in the beginning of season 2, we see Zato get the coordinates for Rafkon. He figures out where it is, he goes there, it's no longer there. But then at the end of episode 13 of season 2, we see Lord Zedd talking about Rafkon and how he's going to go there. And we start to wonder, how in the heck could this planet get moved? Now, my fan theory is that possibly the Raptor Zords could have protected the planet and basically teleported it to a new galaxy. Now, this could make sense, because if they ship it to a new galaxy, Lord Zedd might be taking over galaxies at this time, and what pops up? A new planet. Something new for him to conquer. Now, maybe he conquered it and he put some stuff there. Maybe he has family on that planet. Maybe he has weapons, Zords, an old or new version of Serpentera. There's a reason why Zedd wants to go to Rafkon, and it's not just to take a vacation. There is something there that's precious to him. So he wants to go travel to this planet and go get it. He got his staff. Zedd's showing that he's doing what he wants this time around, and he's getting his staff. He's got Scrozzle. Now he's going to go to Rafkon. Now, why is he going to go there? What does he have up his plan? I think it's either a weapon, a Zord, maybe it's a family member. It's something, a power source. Whatever it is, it's going to try to destroy the Rangers, and I'm down. I'm excited to see kind of how this works. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments. Speaking of the comments, let's see what the fans are saying. So Cheshire Wolf said, Lord Zedd's backstory was explored in the comics, I believe. Yes. Considering the fact that we know Zedd had a conquest on the galaxy at one point, he probably either attacked Ravkan or it was on his list of planets to conquer. Yes, that's kind of what I'm thinking too, bud. Thanks for that. Yusuf said there's no way they can recreate Zordon's sacrifice. They need something just as powerful than Zordon's tube energy. And then Michelle says, I think we need Zordon's energy wave to destroy the force of evil, just like before when it happened in 98. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna have that Z-Blast again, but hey, who knows? Anything can happen. I know there was a fan theory that Amelia is going to have a Z-Blast, and I was like, yo, I don't think that's going to happen, but if that happened, that would be nuts. Dylan said, I think Lord Zed did take over Ravkan, and he made the Sporks evil. And maybe the Sporks can be turned good again and they can all live on Earth with the humans. And maybe Lord Zed is looking for Ravkan, because I think he's looking for Rita, Goldar, Rito, Thrax, and other villains to help him take down the Power Rangers once and for all. Yes, that's a really good fan theory. Do you think we're going to see any more villains? Let me know in the comments. Yusuf said to stop Zed, they need to work together to defeat him and Void Queen once and for all. Yes, they're going to need all the power they can get. They're going to need a Bronze Knight. They're going to need their Gold Ranger to step up. It's going to take a lot of power to defeat Lord Zed. Man of the USA Jones said, but will Pine Ridge find out that their Red Ranger is an alien? Ooh, I would love at the end to kind of everyone be like, oh my God, you're an alien. And then maybe Amelia is too. Living Water Ministry says maybe Ravkan is Planet X and Lord Zed wants to use it to destroy Earth. Ooh, that's a good fan theory too. Colin says, I say yes. Yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. I want to just thank you guys for taking the time out of your day to watch this content. It means the world to me. We love you guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Peace.
Hey, we're back. We are back. So yeah, that was the fan theory of the week. We've got two more things to show you before we get into the panel discussion. We got the Heirlooms hitting us with the Super Sentai, and we got an exclusive interview with Nico from Power Rangers Ninja Steel, and we got to interview him, and we're gonna give you that right now. What's up, Ranger fans? We got Nico with us. We're here at the 13 Lives premiere. How are you doing today?
I'm fantastic. It's not too hot, it's good.
So you got the 30th anniversary of Power Rangers coming up. What do you expect to be happening for that?
I just met Abram.
Yeah.
Literally last night at a party, and we had a great time, and he's lovely. And he was like, are you going to Morphicon? And I was like, I don't even know if I got invited to Morphicon.
Of course you're invited to Morphicon.
I didn't even know it was, I had no idea. Yeah. So I would like to. When is it? I don't even know anything.
No, we'll get your information later. We'll hit up Scott because we're running some of the panels there, but we'll get you into Morphicon. We need to get the whole cast back.
I know. Got to get the gang back together.
When was the last time you spoke to the cast?
Oh, it was just Christiani's birthday a few days ago, so I wished her happy birthday, and we're in touch because we live pretty close.
Okay.
I saw Zoe Robbins was visiting LA, and I hadn't seen her for years because she's been doing Wheel of Time.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So that was I know, she's smashing it.
Yeah. How's Caleb?
Caleb's great. Caleb's the man always. We're obviously in touch.
Yeah.
And Chris Reed as well. We're homies, so it's good.
So are you going to be making an appearance on the 30th anniversary? I know they're trying to do a little team up.
No, I don't know if I can tell you anything.
I know you kind of want to go back to Auckland, go back.
I do, of course I do. Those are my people. Yeah, we'll see.
What are you most excited to see about this movie?
I've heard really good things. I've heard it's a really great, deep, impactful movie, which is my jam. And if I cry, I cry at anything at a commercial about gum. So I'm excited.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time, sir.
It's good to see you.
It's good to see you. All right. So before we get into the panel, we got a fun Super Sentai segment for you, provided by our buddy Erlen. Thank you so much for that. So right after that, we're gonna get everybody in here, get the panel started, and get you guys excited about Power Rangers. So Erlen, what you got for us, buddy?
Hello and welcome to the Henshin Hangout. My name is Mark and I'm here to bring you all Super Sentai news as well as Donbrothers reviews. We've got quite a few to go through and some new stuff that's been out as well as some old stuff. But let's jump straight into it. So let's kind of go over some small things right now with merchandise. I don't know if I have mentioned this, but we have the Airfly sunglasses, which has been released or is coming out. It's quite expensive, but we know that there's Donbrothers sunglasses, so obviously you definitely need this. I think these are really, really cool. If they were prescription sunglasses, I would go all for them kind of straight away. The next thing we have is the Ninjak sword, which is basically from, I think his name is the Matsume bad guy that's popped up quite recently, who is in it a few episodes. But you can now pick up his sword, which I kind of like the look of. But as you're seeing on screen right now, he has multiple things that you can say that obviously you're going to hear maybe his mother talk to you, because why not? It seems to be a really cool thing to have. But obviously this is going to be quite new and I'm kind of excited. I kind of want to pick them all up. But now knowing that we're getting memorial gear all the time, am I going to wait or should I go for this? I have no idea. But either way, it's pretty cool. It comes with 3 different gears from different sharks, which I'm kind of happy. So one I think is from Sun Vulcan, one is from Wild Force or Gao Ranger, and then one is from Zyuohger. Basically, you can combine it, put it on the Don Blaster to get extra sounds if you need to, which I'm kind of looking forward to. Now moving on to the last thing that you can buy right now is we have the Memorial Gretozinger or Geertzinger. It's basically Stacy's weapon, which I think looks kind of cool. I've seen a lot of people kind of talk about it saying like, oh, they wouldn't get it, and that's absolutely fine. For me, I kind of want this, but now at the moment, since I can't get a hold of the Gatlinger, the memorial version, I think I may skip this. So basically this is exactly like the DX version that we have. It comes with a few extra gears, but nothing to write home about. The only thing I quite like is as you can see it on screen, I kind of like the gear where monsters step on it and then they transform. I've kind of always liked that, and I don't know why they've never brought it out. But this is pretty much to this show. For Stacy, apparently the barrel of the gun doesn't roll, so that's a big thing. I kind of thought they would do, but obviously this kind of keeps on from the show from what I remember. You get some normal gears, especially the dark ones, everything that came with the DX version, but I think you get the extra Juren and Gowon kind of gears for it. But this is a pricey set, but again, this is out in March. Now, if you're like me that missed out on the Gatlinger and you want this, then I would pick this up quite quickly before it kind of disappears. But that's the main thing that you can buy from Super Sentai right now. But moving on, we have some new scans of the Megazords coming up quite soon, as well as if you want to buy them, see what they're like. So I saw this from Wene, who I've actually previously covered on my channel over at Heirloom. Go check me out if you want this or like what you're seeing so far. We also see right now on screen that the Don Onitaijin can combine later on, which I'm guessing is going to be a really kind of unique little thing, which I'm kind of looking forward to. So seeing these sorts of scans, I'm kind of impressed with it. Now, I love mecha, so I'm definitely going to be picking some of this up. But it shows the combination of the Donbrothers combined with obviously Don Momogatari and his stuff, which looks really, really cool. I can't wait to see how it's going to combine, how it's going to work out, and especially since it shows you at the very top of this picture, how can I do it? What is going to happen? Combine these two and you can have it. So this is coming out by the time this is finished, if you're watching it in the future, but around about the 27th of August, this is going to be dropping for the Robos, so you can combine them. And if you want to have a go at it, feel free. Post it in, well, you can't post it in the comments, but post it on the Facebook pages and tag me. Send it on Twitter. This also does show, obviously, it is a power-up which we have that has been kind of teased in the past. So for me seeing this, I'm like, do you know what? I kind of like it. I like the fact that we have a different version of, I'd say, the sunglasses, which kind of reminds me of how it is going to be a power-up. And we've had some stuff coming up mainly for what is going to be the power-ups for obviously Don Momotaro and the others as well. Now jumping over to Ranger Board on Twitter, they posted something a while ago around July 24th, 2022, which is talking about more toys coming out in the fourth quarter of the leak. So it says here, Donbrothers fourth quarter spoilers via Toy Leaker. The powered up item for Donbrothers is a golden bird, perhaps on the base of the Grimm fairy tale, and has a threefold functionality. When it's slid onto the top of the Don Blaster, it gives the Don Momotaro and the Senpaija golden armor. The Senpaija gets the chest and shoulder armor, and Don Momotaro has the same as them. It can be broken into various pieces and attached to the Don Onitaijin to create a powered up form of the Robo. It can combine with the Don Onitaijin and the Torodora Gojin to form what is likely Donbrothers' strongest Robo. In powered up mode, the Don Momotaro sunglasses become golden and shiny. With all of this, I'm guessing the sunglasses is going to look like what it's going to be on the Robo, which you can see right here, right now. And there we go. There is all the Sentai news that has been popping about for the past couple of weeks, kind of condensed for you, all right there. Now, let's jump into the episode. We're going to be jumping in at episode 19. And I have to say, since getting this thing and listening to the entire load of different things, all I can hear is the Don Momotaro thing. First of all, the episode. I think episode 19 has got to be one of the sadder episodes, and had an emotional tug at my heartstrings, which I kind of like. I like it when Sentai or programs do this. This kind of makes it a little bit better. Now, kind of breaking this down because you've probably already seen it. So, this is about a ghost girl. It's all about a ghost girl who has basically died and wanted to meet her lover, but unfortunately she died before meeting him, and thus therefore has been waiting around for, I think, around about 50 years, waiting for his phone call, and won't let anyone take down the phone booth. We find out that in Japan, as pretty much most of the world that you'll see, phone booths have been a big thing, but now obviously with technology moving on forward, we don't kind of really need them that much, and they've been decommissioned all the way through. Haruka's mum is talking about the good old days of phone booths and how that all works, and obviously Haruka's been taken away, and obviously they're going to go fight. The monster they're fighting is obviously the ghost, who we're going to find out her name in a little bit, but no one can attack her because obviously she's a ghost. But yeah, I would kind of thought that the same thing would happen, that the ghost wouldn't be able to hurt them, but obviously no, it's Sentai logic. So obviously the fight carries on, but as soon as the phone repairmen and all that disappear, the monster goes back into the phone booth. This is where we meet the ghost, the girl who has basically been waiting for a while. Minako is the ghost girl that we see. She's beyond happy that Haruka can actually see her, and she obviously tells her way too much about what her blood type is, as well as a few other things, and basically the story happens. I did actually kind of really like the fact that Haruka just disappears. She's like, see you later, because she gets a bit kind of weirded out by it. But I kind of thought, you know what, this is a little bit funny, and I kind of like the humor in Donbrothers quite a bit. Now, one thing in this apartment, when Haruka goes back and, you know, her mum's kind of talking about a few things, is they have a shot glass thing. For some strange reason, shots are just on the wall, and I'm like, why would you have that? That seems a bit weird. All right, bit weird, but okay. Haruka turns around to the others in the cafe and says, Mimiko is actually there and is kind of, you have to believe her or you have to hold your breath or some way. But I love Pink's like kind of expression where he's just literally just jumps out of his skin. Because he can see Minako right there, and I'm just like, okay, a little bit weird, but kind of you see it. Now with Blue's reaction to this as well, I'm very kind of like, oh, I kind of like Pink's one a bit more. But with Minako back in the back 50 years ago, she kind of is done on how looks are. She loves how boys look, so therefore the more handsome boy, the better. So they all kind of talk and agree to kind of give her what she wants, which is a date. So they all pretty much go on a date. It's kind of funny. Momotaro basically is just saying, hey, let's walk this really quickly, and then takes her skydiving. But then I don't get it if literally she can't be touched because obviously she's a ghost. How is he flying around with her? We have Black, who basically turns into the dog because Mimiko loves dogs. So therefore he's like, hey, look at this magic trick. Boom, straight away. Kaito is the only one who decides that he's going to get dressed up, comes up on this like motorbike, but then all of a sudden everyone rushes to him because I think they all think he's a supermodel. And I was like, oh, okay, a little bit weird. It's a fun series. I like it so much. It just seems completely different, and I really do like this. We now jump to a scene with Minako, who actually is waiting for Shinzo's phone call, and Shinzo rings her and they actually have a conversation, and it's finding out what happened to Minako, which really did get me because I wasn't really expecting it to some degree, but I wasn't also kind of expecting Truck-kun to come straight out of nowhere and actually kill Minako, which I generally was a bit kind of like, huh. But I also am a bit confused on why no one like helped her or went back to see if she was okay. But obviously this is the entire episode. As they're having a conversation with Minako as Shinzo, they're basically talking about what's going on, how that they should move on, and how she should be free and be happy, and they're going to meet another day. We have the people that are from the city that are going to be taking away the phone booth, which again, I completely understand, but I also kind of weirded out that if you see the phone hanging on its own where there's nothing to kind of like make it look like it's hanging on its own, you kind of think you'd be a bit scared. Or the fact that the others would drop in and actually kind of defend or say, hey, could you come back a little bit later or we'll help do this. So we get a massive fight after that, and everyone basically jumps in to kind of defeat the monster that is Minako, who has literally become an evil person right now because she's still having that phone call conversation. The Donbrothers cannot defeat the monster because, again, obviously a ghost power. So what happens? They have to kind of wait it out until everything has been kind of done and dusted. But while the others are fighting, we have Don Momotaro jumping straight in and actually fighting Mutsume, who, I think, no, it might be in another episode, but either way, it starts to kind of fight. But we see that Don Momotaro jumps up onto the ninja kind of ability that we saw previously, which isn't too bad, and we get kind of a decent fight, but not a long fight. So it's kind of on and off. Some really good camera work, as well as some good drone work, and that is pretty much the entire episode. Now on to episode 20, and this one was kind of quite quick, and it's very kind of weird. So Don Momotaro is kind of working out, he's at home, he's eating, he's doing stuff, but then his kind of on and off girlfriend Rumi decides to give him a call and say, hey, I'm thinking about coming to Tokyo, is that okay? Don Momotaro is turning around and going like, hey, okay, yeah, that's fine. And then he asks the others if he can be the leader to show to Rumi that he is the hero of the group. But it doesn't kind of work that way, and Don Momotaro says, hey, I can't lie, so you're the leader, I quit, see you later, boy, and that's it. He's gone for a little bit. He's still in the episode, but with this, Kaito is turning around going, oh, I kind of don't like this, and he decides to keep an eye on everyone. Formerly known as Donbrothers, they are now the Dragon Fires, and that is it. And you get kind of a little thing where they're posing. Now, I would have loved the entire episode intro to be completely changed to, I think it would just be fun. I think it would have been absolutely fantastic to have this. But obviously we don't, and I was kind of a bit let down on it. Now we're kind of setting up for the film, which obviously will be out soon, and it'll be cut in at some point much later on into the timeline of the series. Now everyone starts training, everyone jumps into doing stuff, which wasn't too bad for me. I kind of liked it. It kind of was a little bit different. So we have them all training, running up the stairs, which they all look tired. And I'm like, yeah, because you're all in line. And if one person's slow, the other person's going to be slow. So therefore, you're using up more energy and also going up one step at a time. Why not go up two it's so much easier. So the Dragonfires now are saving people. They're saving people who are having a medical emergency in vans, I was going to say cars then, but then also fires and a few other things around. Because the name Dragonfires is going around everything right now, they're kind of getting a bit more fame. They're on TV, they're doing so much more. The fact that they've now been given an award, but Kaito doesn't like this. He's saying you shouldn't really be using your powers for kind of your personal gain. You know, you could change and everything could be different, and hence why it would be like the way of Pinocchio of growing the nose. And you kind of see this a lot more later on, where they're all going for this award and they decide to say, hey, I don't want this. Previously in this episode though, I'm really glad that we see Zenkaija Black. He's jumping in, he's helping Don Momotaro because no one else is. So when Kaito then relays this information back later and it's like, hey, you know, all the things that you've been doing, Don Momotaro has been doing this in the background, and he's the one that's been kind of picking things up, saving you and doing more to show you this lesson. As the others decide to leave because their Donblasters have kind of arrived, Don Momotaro doesn't like this whatsoever, and he starts freaking out, and because, as they call him, the feral version of himself is going around attacking. He doesn't like the fact that Don Momotaro is taking that spotlight. He doesn't like it, and I really don't like the fact that Don Momotaro turns into this and he's just like, I hate you. It feels like he's drunk. It just doesn't kind of work, and I don't like it. But I will give him a bit of credit in the next episode, which I'll explain. I'm kind of liking what's happened to him. But for now, they all take down the monster. And one thing, it's so weird in this, because I now imagine that on the streets of Japan, there are random guys at time just literally in workout gear, just ripping off their clothes and fighting. So the main monster of this episode wants to find strong opponents and yet goes after Don Momotaro and as well as the others, but he's attacking random people saying like, oh, you're the world's, or you're Japan's best kickboxer, fight me. And it's just like one punch and you're gone. I'm like, is that so? That's the reason why I just kind of think, well, what's going to happen in Japan? Does this actually happen? It's random guys just attacking each other randomly to show who is stronger. We get the debut of Don Momotaro in his White Ranger form, the Tiger mode, and yet it's quite fast at attacking, going straight on. The three Sonnies are also in this because Sonny from the previous episode or the episode before obviously saw Matsume and was just like, hey, this shouldn't happen. Sonny turns around and says to Matsume that he shouldn't be there whatsoever. You know, he's not part of it. I think he says he's a prisoner or something like that. So obviously a fight breaks out. Not for long though, because Sonny turns around and says, hey, we've got a film. Because previously, three of them were approached to be in a film, and that is pretty much it. Don Momotaro is like, hey, I don't like this. Kills the bad guy straight away because he wants to fight Don Momotaro, but obviously it doesn't happen, and he gets the gear that turns from Rear Soul Red to the Kiba Ranger. Yeah, Kiba Ranger, basically MMPR White. At the very end of the episode, Kaito takes the award, and he has the Pinocchio nose, which I kind of found funny, and I think probably one of the best parts of this entire episode is when Haruka turns around and sees exactly what's on all display, and she doesn't like it, and I absolutely love all her expressions. To be fair, she's one of my favorite characters in this. We're now on episode 21, and this is not a bad episode. I watched it in Raw first and got kind of the gist of it, but now watching it with subs was so much better to kind of listen and understand what's going on. So this entire episode is mainly a Blue episode where you focus on his character as well as the predecessor of who had Donbrothers Blue, which again was kind of a nice little touch to it. So Blue basically walks around and he saves these kids football, while you see some goons turn around and go, oh, we know who you are. So they've mistaken him for someone else to begin with, and they capture him, and they kind of, it looks like they're going to torture him, but obviously not. But they've also tied his arms up with ramen or noodles, which again is kind of, huh? it's a bit weird. So we find out that the person who had it previously before Blue turns up, saves him, and kind of explains what's been going on. Kind of in gist, we find out that there have been 5,000 people that have had the power of the Donbrothers, but never have come together as a team. So I'm very curious to see if anyone else is going to kind of turn up, or maybe Yellow turned up previously. I have no idea, but I think that was an alternative reality thing, or like basically whatever. I haven't seen that episode, but there have been 5,000 people that have had the power of the Donbrothers, but if you don't use it for good or saving it, basically it just disappears and you never have that entire power ever again, which I generally thought was an interesting one, because I would love to see, as I said, I would love to see these people, but also seeing that and hearing it, and then hearing what Haruka said at the very beginning, like there's never been any heroes. There has to be sightings at least. Now, I think the main big takeaway in this is Matsume, who fights obviously Don Mamatari, and what I said previously was what I was impressed with is the fact that he's still in this tiger mode. He's still pissed off. The fact is that he's not been able to fight Don Mamatari, and we get our first alter change, which is in the form of the Abba Killer. Now, I will say the thing, I didn't notice it until it was pointed out, but his neck piece is white compared to what it is meant to be, which is black, which is very confusing because I don't think Sentai normally messes stuff up. But obviously they saw this one and thought, let's keep it white for some strange reason. Maybe they're kind of focusing in on the fact that Ninja Steel had white, and it's like, hey, maybe we need to copy that one. So the successor of Blue tells to Blue, hey, guess what? I used my powers for bad. I used it for personal gain. And you kind of see what happens from the feats of strength, using it to carry girls to different locations, as well as to kind of like cut lines. And thus, therefore, he kind of says like, oh, I missed the power, blah, blah, blah. It's not bad. I just generally think that you could have come up with some more creative ways for losing the power. But, you know, this has to be set within a certain perimeter. So now we have Sonjay. I can't remember the third guy's name, but he goes and kidnaps Haruka because he's been reading the manga that she's written all the way through. And obviously he doesn't know that she is Oni's sister. So I was like, I kind of like this. So for some strange reason, he kidnaps her so she can draw the next part, because obviously she was done for plagiarism and stuff like that. And it's kind of made her stop kind of drawing and stuff, which I generally thought was kind of cool. Like, can you imagine if he goes like, I know you're Oni's sister, but I want you to draw this manga for me first. Obviously he doesn't, does he? So I was a bit kind of like, interesting. We do get some back and forth with the owner of this ramen restaurant, and obviously the successor of Blue. And yeah, it wasn't too bad. Basically, he wants the ramen sauce to make his own ramen shop, and the kind of gangster guy wants the kind of autograph from an old hero or an old film that we saw previously at the very beginning, which kind of like set stone for what's going on. But again, like they both argue. Blue turns around and puts them into kind of a state of imagination where they're in the desert and they're being like, the sun is shining down. Now, the guy who used to be on Donbrothers Blue turns around, turns into the monster and says, hey, I want to fight you because once I know what's your fighting spirit, I'll be able to do the exact same thing. And we get a fight with all the Donbrothers, and mainly goes, I don't care about any of you. I just want to go for Blue. That's all I'm going for. And we get a really decent fight. So rather than Blue saying, actually, I kind of don't want this, turns around and actually really goes for the fight. And I was really impressed. We get the robot form, which again, we see it as in fighting normally, not even giant form. So seeing the Don Oni Taijin in kind of ranger form was something really cool, and I kind of want to see more of this. Wrapping this episode to a close, Blue finds a small kind of ramen like shack, stall, kiosk, whatever it is called, and then decides to actually get some of his favorite soy noodles, which is basically imagination noodles, where because he has no money, he just imagines eating food and being full. And obviously it's the successor of Blue who is actually running the stall, which I generally thought was kind of a cool thing to see. And yeah, it kind of just ends there. So it's kind of come full circle. And I really, really enjoyed these 3 episodes. I keep hearing and wanting to keep listening to the sounds where they morph, because that's a thing for me now. but I generally really enjoyed all these episodes combined because I feel like the story is going in a positive way. I'm not feeling bored. I'm enjoying this a lot more. So yeah, I really can't wait for the next episode. I think this is becoming one of my favorite Sentais because I generally am enjoying it. But there you go. There's it all kind of quick. All done in a nutshell. What are your thoughts on this? Are you liking Donbrothers? Let me know in chat as well as in those comments down below. My name's Mark. You can find me everywhere on kind of the internet as Heirloom, bar Twitter, where you can find me there as @Mainstream Live. If you want to come follow me on my channel, please do. I talk about Power Rangers and stuff and Super Sentai at times, as well as other pop culture. Anyway, I am going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching this segment of the Henshin Hangout. It's been a pleasure talking to you. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much. Bye.
Alright, we're back. Oh, what happened here? Oh no, not that. There you go. Here we are. Look at that new look. We're all in little hexagons. Isn't that cool? What's up, guys?
Whoa, welcome. I got in here a little bit
Adorable.
late. It is great to see you guys back from a long weekend in San Diego. Ash, Liz, I'm sure that Jez already asked you. How you guys doing?
I'm doing great.
Yeah?
Doing good, man. Nice. The weather cooled off, so much better.
Where's Mark? He has a little icon up here.
Oh, he was gonna be on, but his voice acting class is running a little late, so
all good.
Yeah.
He's got to get that voice acting stuff in. Man, it is good to see everybody. It's good to see all you guys in the chat. Jalen Glover, Robert Amaya, Deoxy, Liz, of course, and everybody else that's there. Man, it has been a lot of information coming from San Diego Comic-Con. I don't know if it's been a lot of information coming from San Diego, but there's been some information coming from San Diego. And we'll take what we can get as Power Ranger fans, right? We will take what we can get. I think the big thing to talk about real quick, well, actually, let's talk about one major thing that's going on with Power Morphicon, because safety first, right, guys? We got to talk about safety first. Liz was just informing me of something that has been going on, which I wasn't really made aware of, but there's been some threats.
Yeah. Yep. Some threats to say the least.
Yeah.
There were, but luckily, I don't know, but Power Morphicon obviously was made aware of it, and they did just post a thing that I, of course, already clicked off of after I read it to you guys. But they've been made aware of it. They're working with the police department and the FBI, an investigation on the individual. So they clearly know, and they've been made aware, and they are working with proper authorities to make sure everybody is safe and has a happy PMC.
Everybody.
So for everybody that is going, yes, everybody that is going to Power Morphicon, have fun, have a good time, but be safe. Just be aware of your surroundings. Safe. Be aware of what's going on, because you just never know. Jezra and I were just in San Diego, and it's a conversation that him and I had a lot, actually, of just like, look, San Diego's a really, really big convention. There's over 100,000 people there, and there's a lack of security presence, and they can't be everywhere. So just, be aware of your surroundings and understand what's going on, and have a good time, though. Mostly have a good time. Melissa Flores taking over the Power Ranger comics. Let's talk about this for a second. By the way, we have the super chat feature. Please use it. It helps support the show. But I want to talk about Melissa Flores. Now, Melissa Flores, as many of you know, has been with the Power Ranger franchise for a long time. And I think she's the right choice to kind of usher in a new era for the comics. What says you guys? Ash, you talk about the comics a lot.
Oh, yeah. I was little bit worried with who's going to handle the comics next, because you never know what writer they're going to get. There's some writers I like with the comics. There's some writers I like, but I feel like sometimes I don't like them too much, just as much as Ryan or Matt or Kyle and stuff like that. But Melissa is a really good choice because she's worked on the show. She was the producer, the director. She created Power Rangers Hyperforce, so she's had a hand in writing. And not only that, she's working on her own comic. What is it called? Dead Lucky?
Yep.
Lucky Dead?
The Dead Lucky comes out on the 6th. No,
you got to talk to
next
her
month.
Recently, right, Liz?
It comes out in like a week or two. Yeah, I did. I had a chance to read issue 1 of it. It's really good. Like, I read issue 1. I'm like, oh, I love this character. I love the area, this whole story. I mean, I was hooked. So just to hear that she's going to be writing Power Rangers is like, okay, cool.
And she's also involved in the Supermassive universe, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Or is that okay? I was thinking.
Yeah,
of
the
a different writer.
Supermassive universe. That's like Radiant Black, Radiant Red, Rogue Sun, Radiant Pink's getting a new comic.
Oh,
that
cool,
was actually
cool.
just announced. San Diego Comic-Con too. She's getting a 6-issue run, and
I
the
need to
Dead
catch
Lucky's
up on
going to
that.
be in that universe as well.
That's awesome.
Oh, I
The
really need to catch
super,
up on the
the
Radiant
massive
universe.
verse.
Liz, you had a chance to talk to Melissa. Where can everybody find that interview if they want to go back and watch that?
You can go check it out on my YouTube channel.
There you go.
Yeah, you can go.
youtube.com/RangerLiz. But yeah, it's up there. It was a lot of fun. It's a half hour long, but it's just more of a conversation about, I don't know. It's a fun conversation between friends with some decent questions in there, and I think you'll enjoy it. Get to learn a little bit about what the comic is, where it's coming from. Not, no spoilers in it. We want you to go pick up issue 1, obviously. But I think if you listen to it and you check out some of the preview pages, you're gonna want it.
What do you think she brings to the franchise that maybe hasn't been there in a long time? What are some of the expertise she's bringing back to the comic side of Power Rangers?
Well, I think in a way, obviously she knows the history.
Yeah,
so it's one thing too to say like I like Power Rangers after history. She has an intimate knowledge of a lot of seasons,
right?
Because especially with writing for Hyperforce, the amount of stuff and the knowledge, like she's been there for so long. She gets the Rangers. I think she gets writing. She gets superheroes. But also, I mean, we have another girl writer, so that's always kind of fun.
That's cool. Yeah.
And do you think that we get any future adaptations of Sentai seasons that we hadn't gotten and get it explored through the lens of Melissa's eye for Power Rangers?
Maybe that's a possibility. Yeah.
We need, we need
I'd like to see, more Sentai.
We need to have her, moderate the Hyperforce panel. I think that would be great. I know.
She could bring Hyperforce into the comics, and she created them. So,
I mean, she would be able to easily bring the Hyperforce Rangers in.
Can we get
like you guys are also
a standalone comic for them? That'd be freaking great.
Yeah,
that'd be great. That'd be
honestly,
great.
I would love to see a Hyperforce series. I always felt like Hyperforce is like the Legends of Tomorrow for Power Rangers, and it would be fun just to see them kind of like mix it up in different Power Ranger timelines and dimensions. I think that's always
even as a 6-issue like mini series.
Yes,
would be just chasing someone.
Let's say, hey, before you get started on the main line, can you
hold on? Take this idea. I didn't tell you this.
I talked to Peter and Andre over the weekend, and they are super down for a reunion.
Nice.
Like, I think it's a long time coming. Like it's been almost 3 years, right? I feel like.
Yeah, it's been a while, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're ready.
It ended right before
the
not
25th
too like
anniversary?
right before, but before the last PNC.
Yeah,
in 2018, because we were all like, Hyperforce Season 2, they're going to announce Hyperforce Season 2 at the panel. And then they didn't. We were all just like,
no.
What?
Hey, I don't want to get too much into the semantics of this, but I'm curious about something because just recently I've been talking to a lot of people that used to work for the Saban.
I talked to someone
Power
too
Rangers.
over at Funko.
Yeah. So we've been having talks with different people that used to work for the franchise during the Saban era. And obviously now we all know that the franchise is with Hasbro at least now for the foreseeable future. But there were cool things that Saban I thought was doing that were just a little bit different, and I was really hoping that they would carry over. Hyperforce being one of them. An interactive show with past Rangers, Ranger influencers, I thought was a really fun idea. And I really liked the story that they had, and it felt like a brand new piece of content that we were able to consume. It surprises me a little bit that Hasbro hasn't tried doing anything like this. Does it surprise you guys at all?
Especially now, Dungeons and Dragons is like so
yeah,
big
yeah.
right now. Like it's
and
found a new
critical hit
life.
and stuff like that. Yeah.
I wonder how much of it has to do with them wanting to micromanage and like they can't control it as much, because I feel like things locked down more when Hasbro took them. It used to be way more willy-nilly. Saban was like, yeah, sure, you want to give me a check? Here's the brand. Like, I don't care. You want to change the Green Ranger's helmet? That's fine. That's fine. Put it on a toy. The Red Ranger uses nunchucks? Great. It's a lunchbox. Just pay me, right? So I think Hyperforce, I mean, they got to stretch their wings because Saban was like, okay, cool, whatever. If it's going to make a little money and the fans like it, I don't care. Hasbro, I mean, they ain't going to be dollars and cents in it for them. If you think about it, I mean, I know by the end they made a little bit, but they're like, we can't afford to bring another actor on. We only had so much of a budget. Is Hasbro going to throw that kind of money at a show that 1,200 people tune into every week?
I don't know, but you would assume that it would be important for for the brand awareness, right? Because I feel like that's the one thing that Power Ranger kind of has lacked, I would say, in the past couple. Like, nothing against Dino Fury, because I think Dino Fury is an excellent show, but in terms of like getting the news on the tip of Ranger fans' tongues, it's been a little bit harder in the last few years than maybe it has been in the past. You got to think that 2017 movie, that was probably at its height, right? Lord Draken stuff was fantastic. That was a brand new era for Power Rangers and comic book fans. And then we had Hyperforce, which was something completely new, fun, immersive, and easy to follow along with, and a lot of fun just to listen to or watch, depending on who you were. But I feel like there's these missed opportunities that Hasbro's are taking. Also, like, when's the last time? I know that we just recently got the Dragonzord from the Zap, the Zord Ascension program thing. But I mean, when's the last time we've had a Lightning Collection line announcement?
April? No, it wasn't April. It was before that. It's been a while. It's been at least like 6 months or something.
Wow.
Josh, you got the answer?
I feel like I was chatting to Josh or something, and he had to think back. It's been months. Yeah. And they apparently mentioned at San Diego Comic-Con that they're going to be announcing Wave 13 soon. Which is a joke because they haven't announced Wave 12 yet. We don't have Wave 12. We know two. We have two like in hand. We know Lost Galaxy Green, and then we have some Adam. Black Ranger Adam.
That's 12.
That's all we know.
12?
But that's 12, yeah. And they're talking about announcing Wave 13. And we're like, what is going on with Wave 12?
It's like Feige.
Why have
Feige
two of them been found in Malaysia or whatever, and the other two haven't?
Kevin Feige announces Phase 7 of the Marvel movies. What about Phase 6? Who knows? Like,
I did the Zap one, right? They also had figures. Let me find those, and they looked okay. The Zap Power Ranger figures. I didn't find that booth though. Like everybody's like, people are messaging me on like Instagrams, wanted me to pick them up some exclusives. Like, hey, can you find this? Can you find this for me? It's like, I don't know if you guys realize how hard it is to find some of these booths. Like, it is, Joe. It's like it's super condensed.
I was on the floor 2 times, all of 10 minutes each. So I know Jezzer was down there a little bit longer, but it's huge. 2, or B. It is very. I mean, it's easy to find the Hasbro booth and the Mattel booth and like the major players
Liz,
there.
I was looking for those keychains for you. The 5-pack with the Godzilla thing. I couldn't find it. I was like, where is this booth?
Yeah,
it's.
That was like, where's Waldo for? Look at that. Ash had to go to the bathroom really quick. That Monster Energy kicked in. I'm totally kidding.
Yep. Oh, okay.
Oh, he got a plushie. That was pretty good.
Is that the same company?
Oh, no, he got the Dragonzord plushie. There you go.
Is it the same?
This is from Funko.
Oh, that's from Funko?
Yeah. No, this is Symbiote Studios. Symbiote Studios. His name's Steve.
Liz's affiliate link is in the description if you guys want to get that, in quotation, San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Liz found it for us, and that link is in the description. So if you guys want that, is it pretty squishy and pretty freaking soft?
No, I mean look at this.
That's crazy.
How smushy it is, and he's got these little arms.
Imagine if it came with a little dragon dagger. That comes with a little dragon dagger keychain or something.
That is so cute.
It's so cute, and like this is these aren't like felt glue ones. This is all wool material. So it's really nice that I don't have to worry about like if my nails accidentally scratch it. Yeah, like ripping anything off accidentally. It's
awesome.
$30. I honestly thought I was gonna regret this, and I do not regret one penny.
If it's
from
only
this
$30, I might get it. Because
well, if you do, use that affiliate link in the description below.
I will.
So yeah, we were talking about how we were talking about former Bandai people. Jason Bischoff kind of like pointed me in the right direction to get these ones. These are the Ninja Turtle Power Ranger exclusives. Only 2 of them.
Oh, cool. I'm waiting for them to come to Australia because some stores are going to get them imported.
Nice. Yeah, because I was not waiting in that line. That Funko booth was ridiculous. It was in like the most busiest area.
Oh yeah.
And then there's people just going.
I know, man.
In and out.
I DM'd Jason on Saturday about the Funko party, and he didn't get back to me until Monday, and was like, "Listen, it was so busy," and I completely understood. It was crazy
Jason was
out
busy.
there.
Yeah, it was such a crazy, like there's no way like to even focus, like. And then I wanted to get both the panels, so the Conman panel with, there's so many Rangers on it. It was Sierra, it was Allison, Brennan, Peter, so many people, but that was like conflicting. That's conflicting with another panel I had. And then the freaking Thursday panel I couldn't even get into. I got there late, and they're like, "Oh no more." It's like and I looked inside, it wasn't even like full. It's just like, oh god, this is crazy.
What?
I felt like Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man 2 when Bruce Campbell wasn't letting him in because the doors are closed already. I was like, come on. But yeah, it was just crazy. It's crazy to think how many people like just showed up to San Diego and just like nothing happened. Like the past few years, it's just regular. It's just so many people. I mean, they had masks on, but it was just a lot of people. So many people.
Well, look, for anybody that's Power Ranger fans and you're a part of convention season, you're rolling right into it because Power Morphicon is right around the corner. And it's going to be fun. I mean, we haven't had a Power Morphicon since, I can't believe, Liz, you said it, 2018.
Yeah.
It's been 4 solid years since Power Morphicon. Look, Jezzer, you and I know we'll both be there, and we're going to be doing this Saturday party. That theme, I think we'll announce the theme, next week maybe?
I think it'd be safe to announce it next week.
Yeah, I think it's safe to announce the theme next week of what that party's going to look like.
Nice.
And maybe next week we can start confirming some of the programming that you guys are going to be seeing at Power Morphicon too.
That'd be cool.
That'd be helpful. People really look forward to going, what panels? What am I even going to do?
Well, let me. I will say this right now. I will say that.
Can you tease one?
Currently, right now.
Yeah.
Can I tease one of the panels?
All right, give us a tease.
Is something going to be on the level of the Shattered Grid read through?
Ooh.
What? I don't even know what that meant.
Shattered Grid. They Boom Studios.
They did the read through.
Oh. Look, we're still working on. I don't want to overpromise, oversell anything. We're still working on everything. I know that there's going. Here's one. There's going to be a Super Sentai panel. There you go. You can figure out what that's going to mean.
And a Forever Red.
But
panel,
I will say this. Yeah, no, we're working on different panel ideas that you guys have never seen at Power Morphicon before. So that is one thing that we are trying to do. So anybody that was familiar with what we did at the Viewing Globe, look for more programming like that. Another thing that I'm trying to do differently too is having a lot of you Power Ranger influencers that are going to Morphicon to moderate some of these panels. So
that'd be cool.
That way it'll be something a little bit different. But yeah, we're gonna try to change up some of these panel ideas to stuff. Liz, I for somehow, some way, we gotta get you at least. I know your schedule's pretty packed, but what are the chances? What are the chances that you can be out there?
Did I win that $1 billion lottery last night? No.
That's true.
I didn't win it
There's
either.
one person that won it.
How?
One person in Chicago.
In Chicago, right?
Look, what do you even do with $1 billion? That's crazy.
But if
you go to Power Morphicon and run a bunch of
I walk around in the booths and I go, I want that and that and that.
You just get like an 18-wheeler like parked out the back. It's like, oh, there's an 18-wheeler, just lug it in there.
I got that much money. I'm throwing money out of the golf cart while I'm just rolling through the aisle, just like picking up
golf cart inside of the
honestly, if I think it's a good idea. If there are panels that you guys specifically want to see at Power Morphicon too, tweet us at the Illuminerdi and use the hashtag Power Morphicon 2022 or PMC,
panels,
whatever
PMC
PMC 2022. PMC panels, whatever you want to do. We're going to try to make it. I mean, maybe people don't know this, but we're helping with the programming of Power Morphicon in a big way. So we're trying to do our best in order to give you guys a great show and stuff that you have not seen before. That is our goal. I mean, some of these panels, I know that some of you fans, I mean, look, I'm with you guys. Some of you fans love seeing the Forever Red panels with all these Red Rangers accumulated or whatever they may be. But we're going to try to do stuff a little bit differently. I think, you know what? One thing I would love to do, Liz, is honestly, I would love to do that Kyle Higgins Radiant Black universe that they're doing. I'd love to do a panel for that at San Diego. I mean, at Power Morphicon. I mean,
there'll probably be quite a few of them that are there. I mean, Kyle's already going to be there. Ryan's going to be there. Melissa's mentioned maybe swinging by even just to go, you know, at some point. Like, if we could get Megan Camarena, because she did Hyperforce and she's wrote in the Massiverse.
That's cool.
Because
She talented.
I overheard Will Friedle talk about Radiant Black. Is he part of it in some way?
Yeah, so he voiced the animated short. I think there was a QR code in one of the more recent comics that they had for Radiant Black, and we scanned that QR code. There's an animated short in there, and Will Friedle voiced Radiant Black in that short.
Oh man, I should have asked him about it. He was talking to somebody about it. I was like, why did he just say Radiant Black? What's going on over here? He's Batman.
Hey, look, I would love for PMC to, or at least the programming wise and party wise, of course. I know we did Angel Girl Prom last time. We're doing something different this time, as I said. I want this to be just a fun fan PMC. I feel like there's been PMCs in the past where
corporate got their hands in.
I don't know,
a little bit.
Yeah, got a little bit corporate. Got to get their hands in there a little bit, and that's exciting at a time. I feel like that was very exciting when we saw it for the very first time.
How about Nerf War?
But then
like an all-out Nerf War in the convention center. I think that'd be
so
great.
there was a convention. There was a convention that Jezza and I went to. You were there, right? With the WeirdCon thing. WeirdCon. So there was a whole convention just based around, I don't know, immersive experiences, I guess. And one of the things that they had was like a 24/7 like a Nerf War thing that was going on.
Oh, that's
crazy.
I will say it was a lot of fun.
There's bullets everywhere, and there's guns like at every corner. So even if you didn't have one, you just pick one up and you pick up the bullets off the ground and then just go to town. It was so much fun. So much fun.
It was a lot of fun. It was a great way to get your aggression out.
Scott would not approve that.
Yeah, I mean, we're literally talking about the dangers of what what could be happening at Power Morph. Here, Chesser of like Nerf Wars. No, I'm just kidding.
My bad.
No, but Power Morphicon will be a lot of fun. Liz, we got to somehow get you out there. We got to figure this out.
Digital panel panel moderators. We'll just have like a big screen.
I have a green screen. I'll just get like a green outfit and paint my face blue, and then you just have me be like Zordon, and I'll moderate the panels as a Lizdon.
I think.
So that's another thing that we're trying to figure out too. I mean, there's tech things that we're trying to do differently for this year, Power Morphicon, to really make it all inclusive. I don't want to give too much of that away because, to tell you the truth, we're still figuring it out ourselves. So
and we have 3 weeks.
And we have 3 weeks to do it. Hey, I will say this though, we have our first shirt design. People used to love our shirts back at Hashtag Show. We do have our first shirt design, and I sent it over to Jezzer yesterday. You liked it, Jezzer?
Well, you know why I liked it. I'm just a big fan.
Yeah, it's a pretty. I think it's a pretty sick shirt design. It's I will say this, little tease for that. It's for the 20th anniversary of one of the seasons. So it's a cool design. We're working on a handful of things. I'm just hoping they all get done in the next 3 weeks.
It's literally down to the wire. There's so much things.
But
yeah,
speaking of conventions, but speaking of conventions, if Ranger Stop wants to fly out any online influencers, my DMs are open.
We need to hit them up.
Get you out to Florida.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I've never been to Ranger Stop.
Yeah, I want to go to Ranger. They invited us one time when we were in New York, but we couldn't go.
Oh, really? I completely forgot about that. I would love to go to a Ranger Stop too. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Mike, I do remember Mike. Yeah, he was super cool.
But yeah, it's gonna be fun. We wanted, you know, I mean, I'm gonna just tell them this. We're gonna try to have live streams going on while we're there. Gonna try.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Depending, like just so
yeah.
And live streams to the point where if we hold on, where's my? I have have this.
I'll react to the
I
live
have this
streams.
little,
I'll live stream the
I have
live
this
stream.
little DJI Pocket, and if I have a stable internet, I can live stream the whole event from it. But I need internet.
That might be hard. You'll be in a convention with everyone using their phones, so the internet might be a little bit fickly.
Yeah, maybe if I can get if I can get someone to give me like the private one that no one's on, maybe. We'll see. We'll talk.
Yeah.
We'll talk to them about it. But it's gonna be fun.
I mean, the big theme of this year's Power Morphicon, for us at least, is going to be fan first. This is something that you hear a lot from Hasbro. Fan first Friday, fan first, whatever day of the week they want to decide to make an announcement on. But we're taking that to a whole new step to being the fan first Power Morphicon. We are really going to be putting a big emphasis on Power Ranger creators, Power Ranger actors, Power Ranger influencers, and everybody really associated with the brand, everybody that cares about the brand. We really want to kind of curate a show in panels that are going to excite you as fans. I mean, truth is, we were talking about the Lightning Collection earlier, and I think that there should be a Lightning Collection panel with a lot of these Lightning Collection insiders. Josh Perry, Toku Chris, hell, maybe even somebody from Hasbro, hell, maybe even somebody from Bandai to give you guys an inside look of how these toys are developed, you know, why some of the, honestly, answering some of your hard-hitting questions, to be 100% transparent. A lot of you guys haven't been satisfied with some of these paint jobs. Well, maybe we can dress it all as fans together and kind of get a gauge on why that happens or why that doesn't happen. And maybe we can come to a better understanding of why some things happen. Who knows? Maybe there's even a panel about how to break a comic book storyline with Ryan Parrott, or maybe even a panel of how to adapt a Super Sentai with, you know, one of the producers from Power Rangers. I think there's a lot of things that are just different that we can bring to the table that can be a lot of fun. Who knows? Maybe
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Fun like Family Feud style games with different seasons.
Lightning
you know what
figure,
I mean?
little dioramas, like people that, you know, toy photography. I think that'd be fun. A fun panel for people to see, because like
there is so many amazing things that the community has. So many different niches you can do.
One thing I want to talk about, I didn't get to do it because I can't wake up at 5 a.m. to line up in front of the convention center, but I got to see the process of how they do the selfie. Is it called the selfie thing? The Hasbro selfie thing?
Yeah, the selfie series.
It's not as complicated as people think. So, Joe, you know, when we were creating your character for like WWE 2K and stuff, and like the head scan thing, it's a little bit more complicated than that, but it's pretty much just they had a little booth, and it's just a bunch of like little LED lights or LED panels, like little tiny ones, even like these cheap ones. You go into the booth, and then you just take your phone or their phone that they had, and you just move the phone around your head, and then that's it. And it scans just your head. It doesn't capture your hair or anything. All the hair and everything is like preset hairstyles, which is kind of cool if, you know, you're not too happy with your hair, but like it's all preset hairstyles, eyebrows too. It only scans your face, and then they said it takes.
Oh wow.
I think for them it was gonna be like 2 weeks to get their like figures, but when I was talking to the Hasbro, when it rolls out, it could take from 30 to 45 days to get your head sculpt, and they're going to be rolling out with different action figures from all their franchises like Star Wars, Power Rangers, all of them. But they only have like maybe 10 to start off with, but they're going to roll out more and more in the coming years. But they said that the head is like it's the same one that all the Hasbro figures have. So even if they don't have the one you want, if you have the toy itself, you can just pop your head onto one of those, which is, I think, amazing.
That's cool.
Are those also and they're obviously not just for the Power Ranger figures, right? You can put those on G.I. Joe, and Star Wars figures too.
There was Mandalorian, there was
Ghostbusters.
There was I think I saw.
Man, that's fantastic.
Spider-Man. I think Spider-Man
all the
is
Marvel
one of them.
ones. So,
so I guess at this point now, there's no real excuse for Hasbro to really have like really bad head sculpts of some of these Rangers, right?
I saw the actual head, the sample head sculpts they had on display. They didn't look terrible, but it's on par with like the Power Ranger ones. It's about the same quality. So okay. I mean, if they have like crazy amount, like really great technology to scan the Ranger actors' heads, and you're just using a phone for yours, there's going to be definitely a difference in quality, but it all just depends on you. But I still think it's pretty cool. I mean, you get your own action figure, that's amazing.
But
Let's
I
let's
put
talk
mine
to
on
the,
Ranger Slayer.
Oh,
My
there you
head,
go.
it would
See?
go on Ranger Slayer.
See, you can be Ranger Slayer.
Oh yeah, I totally would put mine on the Phantom
Oh,
Ranger.
yeah. See, there you go. There you go. In 45,
There you
like
go.
at
It
the
all
most
works.
45 days. That's not terrible. I mean, people have been waiting for that Red Sentry Ranger for like 3 years now, right, or something like that.
Yeah.
So, it's not terrible.
That's true. That's true. So let's go to the chat real quick. Bryn says, anyone forget that the live action trailer for Shattered Grid, they just let that slip out of their fingers.
Oh yeah.
Bryn also says, surely they have internet for press at PMC or something similar.
You'd think.
Unfortunately, PMC is not a huge press convention. You got to think because mostly it's just Power Ranger influencers really covering PMC. It's not necessarily covered by like major outlets.
Yeah.
Because in all honesty, there's not really breaking news that comes out of that with the exception of the cast announcement. But even then, that's put out through a press release by Hasbro and
Or
their PR
Deadline.
company.
Yeah,
or Deadline.
Stuff like that.
So
yeah.
like usually that would be the biggest news coming out of it. So it's not a huge demand for like a press thing. However, I feel that like there's a way that Power Ranger influencers and outlets can kind of work with the convention and the actors in order to make this great for all of the fans, their fans, the Ranger fans, Morphicons fans, everybody's fans. Bryn also says there's a lot of awesome customs by fans, but it all comes down to the mass production being difficult, so we can't expect too much.
I know Bryn has some experience in 3D modeling. I haven't tried it out yet. I'll probably have Joe be my guinea pig. I have a 3D scanner. I might try scanning Joe's head and try to put it on the Phantom Ranger. Oh, we got a super chat. Bryn says, let me guess, Joe is going to get one and put on the Phantom Ranger Lightning Collection. You are correct, sir.
Yeah?
You are correct.
You're correct. You are
what
correct.
What is the closest airport to Pasadena, Liz says?
I believe
Bob
the
Hope,
closest airport to Pasadena would be Bob Hope, the Burbank Airport.
Burbank.
I feel like that's a smaller airport that people fly into.
Liz is making some thing. I can see things going in her brain like,
Oh yeah, you asked an Liz. I think it's funny that I forget that you're watching while I'm literally going.
I can see her brain.
Look,
like, you know what?
I'm
go to college.
I can make a wish list, right? I can dream.
Look,
I can dream.
in
that
all
I
honesty,
could raise
like-
a few $100 in.
3 weeks. 3 weeks.
Ow! I don't know.
Don't worry, Liz.
I
We'll
would
talk.
say,
We'll
does
talk
anyone
off.
want a kidney?
We'll
But,
talk off air about all this stuff. But I feel that, like, listen, the one thing
You
that I
guys
was
know
really
my
proud of,
kidneys.
right? Yeah, nobody's gonna want that. The liver,
You don't want
especially.
that.
The one thing I will say is about this is that anybody that was a part of the viewing globe, like we had a lot of Ranger influencers that were a part of that, and I appreciate every single one of them.
Fun.
But I kind of want to
Aw, thank
reduplicate
you.
that experience just live in person. Have all of us kind of come together and do something like this. I think it would be a lot of fun. And having fun doing panels with the actual Rangers there in person and interacting with the fans, I think could be a lot of fun as well. So that is my goal, is to get as many of us together as we can to do some of these fun, creative, different panels that a lot of you guys have never seen before.
Brandon says, I'm hoping Melissa can put in Hyperforce and we get Lightning Collection at... I think, you know what? The Lightning Collection of Hyperforce, I think it's just a matter of time. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think that eventually we're going to have to get every Ranger because, like...
Yeah.
I was looking at the Star Wars Black series. That line is so vast. And I've realized something about Power Rangers, and I got to give them respect for this, is that they don't, I mean, obviously we get a lot of iterations of the same character, but we don't get a ton of re-releases. So like, I think the White Ranger,
Pink Ranger for sure. So many Pink Rangers.
Pink Ranger and the White Ranger, right? The Pink Ranger and the White Ranger may have been like the only ones that have gotten like a proper re-release, but it's not, they don't usually like do the same figures twice. And I got to give them credit for that though.
Yeah. I mean, which I'll ask you guys this. Which team do you want them to like go full speed on now? Because I know they started a few teams and they haven't finished them. Which one do you guys want them to like for the next wave? Because you said they're going to be announcing
honestly
13.
Time Force.
Time Force?
Oh,
because we've only got Wes, and I feel like we need a Gen figure.
Yeah. Liz?
Trying to think. So
I want them to just finish SPD, so like that can be
Oh
all
yeah,
done.
yeah.
For the suits, I want Super Mega Force. Those suits are so good.
They are.
And I did not get the Gokaiger figure arts, so I kind of really want a good suit figure.
You didn't like
to
the
put
Bandai
next
ones?
to the helmet that you can't see
You like
over
the
there.
Bandai ones?
No, I didn't really even get those. They were like this big and on steroids.
Yeah, on steroids. Bandai. Oh shit! Let me block this.
It's ridiculous.
Block this real quick.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
How
Get
we
that
doing?
Sexy in there. Thank you for watching, Love Chat XYZ.
Oh my god, what is going on here? Okay, done.
Jezra, what about you? What team do you want them to fast track?
Ooh, I was gonna say Time Force, but I want them to finish up Lost Galaxy. We got 3 so far, 4 if you count Green. But yeah, Lost Galaxy.
Yeah. Then we just need the girls. We just need the girls after Lost Galaxy.
I know they're supposedly finishing off Beast Morphers, right? So they really need a
Steel. They need Steel. They need Steel, and then
Zoe.
Zoe's coming. I think Zoe is in wave 13.
Man, what a late release there. I feel like that was they could have made more money when the actual show was airing with Zoe.
Yeah.
Those figures though just they shell formed. The fact that they had it was a $10 Beast Morpher figure and then the $20 Beast Morpher figure and it's the same one and it was just like
you know. And I mean that's also another like testament to like why we keep rebooting the series is because it's brand recognition. Like people don't know a lot of the later seasons, you know. Like imagine if they brought out a Overdrive, started doing Overdrive randomly. Those the suits look cool, but nobody's really gonna know.
You know, for me, Dino
Force.
Thunder. I want Dino Thunder to be done. I just need that Tommy Black. We need Tommy and his Black Ranger.
Oh yeah.
That's true. That suit, I would take that. I want the Tommy with the
me too.
With the
I
buzz
want
cut.
And if they do
goatee
another,
thing going on?
with the buzz cut, like with the short hair and his little like flavor saver, whatever that thing is. Like I definitely want that Tommy.
I was totally gonna call it that, and I was like, no, don't call it a flavor saver on the stream. And then you did.
Isn't that what the name is? This the name of it? Isn't that what they call it?
It is for me.
I mean, that's what I grew up with.
That's crazy.
That Tommy is a good one, and that I feel like we will eventually. Remember when they released the the Fighting Spirits pack? I have a feeling that they'll do a Lightning Collection version of that. And that way they can put the different head sculpts in there.
I mean, they could literally make a 5-pack Tommy Lightning Collector pack of all of them. And
as
I mean,
Jason David Frank says, like, I don't want to be a part of the franchise. Just make more Tommies. That's great.
Yeah, I think I'm fine with it. Like, we just need maybe a duo pack: Dino Fury, a Dino Thunder Black, and Turbo Red, and then we're good, right? I think that's all of them. That's all. That's all.
Dino Thunder Black, Turbo Red, and I think we have all Tommies, unless we start doing like the Soul of the Dragon Tommy.
Maybe.
Oh Lord!
Joe, did you see that?
Like
that
the old man Logan and.
I did that. Are we talking about the one? That's not the Hasbro one we're talking about, right? Are we talking about
the Flame one? Megazord, the Flame.
That one is sick. That one, I'm not a Zord
That's
guy.
awesome.
It is.
I'm not a Zord guy, but that thing is beautiful.
It's like,
and expensive.
And expensive. Up on screen right there. Look at that.
How much are we talking? What's our price?
$400.
It's
yeah. $400.
$400.
It looks like anime. It looks like anime. Like it looks sick.
Ouch.
Got teeth. The chest has teeth, and the Megazord has a tail
and wings.
I mean, you got to be a real collector if you're going to do that to get
Look
that.
at that.
And granted, like it is beautiful. I mean, it is beautiful, and you know.
I don't know.
The sword looks the
same. So
same.
if Power Rangers goes animated, I hope like their style looks like that.
It looks sick.
Same.
It looks sick. I love it. Even the Mastodon head as a shield is like not so big. It looks just like a regular shield. I think it's.
You know what I would love to do too is do a 2017 Power Ranger movie panel, and the reason why
that'd be nice.
I mean, I would love to get that cast together, but I'd also like to hear some of the reasons why they made some of the choices they did. For example, like why did they give the Mastodon like 6 legs? Like why did you know what I mean? Like
it was like a bug.
It was like
it was weird.
Centipede or something.
Just like the simple like aesthetic design decisions. I'm curious, like looking back now, some 5 years later, I wonder if what they think about the film and like what they would have changed, and I'd love for them to explain where they wanted it to all go, because I think that was one of the biggest mysteries of like
Tommy,
what
right?
was going to.
Tommy and the.
Oh, excuse me.
It was interesting. But as far as like the rest of the stuff that came out over the weekend, it was just Melissa Flores and I think they had some toys, but they didn't have any Lightning Collection stuff. A lot of the toys were like third party stuff. Oh, they also had they revealed this Dragonzord. This is the prototype for it. Still looks freaking cool.
Yeah, the gold came out really great from when they first showed it off during the FanFest Tuesday.
Yeah. I saw unboxings of the Zord Ascension project. It just looks like the Soul of Chogokin Megazord. Like nothing too crazy. Looks the same exact design. Yeah.
If you never owned a Megazord, it's good because I never owned the Legacy or the original Megazord growing up. So
yeah,
I've got my Zap should be arriving soon.
Oh, Joe, you didn't get your Lord Zed helmet.
Yeah, you know what? I was just about to say this right now. I don't know why, but I've kind of stopped collecting like all the Power Ranger stuff, and I don't know if it's a. I haven't bought anything since those Ninja Turtles came out.
Oh, you got all those?
I got most. Yeah, I got most of all of them. I think I might have not gotten one of the packs. I ordered Shredder, but it hasn't come yet. But that was the last stuff I bought. Like I haven't.
Phantom Ranger.
I didn't. I do have that line. That Phantom Ranger wave was the last wave I bought.
I think that was the last wave.
Oh, okay.
So how far behind?
To be fair, I think that is the last wave we've gotten because we haven't gotten any for like 7 months.
We're good.
So
right, well, then I guess I'm caught up. I guess. Maybe
like you
know what? I don't have any of the Ninjetti suits though, which I actually saw on Target. Like I looked at them. Every time I see them, I'm like, dude, they look pretty good though. Like I like the way.
Dude, I can't wait to get red.
I just got all of them.
Great. They look great.
They do look
red.
He's got
red.
I picked up pink on clearance. Target they were doing a whole bunch of toy clearance.
That's
and
what
I got
it for.
$12.50.
See, that's really good.
Yeah.
I just got pink. And she's
because you guys had like randoms because they said red would be coming out soon, but it's taking a while. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Angel Grove Collectibles got it early.
Nice.
Like
I don't know, Joe. I think you
so
might
I got
need to
them.
pick that setup. It's kind of nice, but you gotta see if you can get a discount like Liz did at Target. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, so I see a lot of black, blue, and pinks at Target. So I mean, they're not hard to find. I also see a lot of like Zeo yellow. I think there's another one too that I was seeing a lot of, but I can't remember. But
I skipped on the cogs with the blue Zeo Tonfas. I keep seeing it.
Man,
I keep seeing it. It's like, do I just want to get the cogs to get those freaking Tonfas? Oh, it's annoying as shit. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think that like that's the crazy thing, right? Hasbro's known for being a toy company, but the lack of announcements and communication with fans, press, whoever it may be, about the actual toys of Power Rangers, it seems so mind-boggling to me. That being said, though, Dino Fury is a great season, and I'm just really excited about when Season 2 Part 2 is going to come out, because I'm really curious to see how that all wraps up.
I was like, hey, Russell, like, can you tell me when the next?
Let me text him right now. Fuck, I'm gonna text him right now.
He's such a nice guy.
When's the next
time? I met him in person finally.
He seems so cool.
Yeah,
I want to meet him or just chat to him
nice.
or something.
Who else did we got? We got to see Brennan and Peter out there.
Chance.
Oh yeah, Chance was there too. Yeah, I didn't get to talk to him though. Chance and Hunter. I think Hunter was there. I saw.
One day I will talk to Chance.
Oh, that's because you're a big.
Oh, he's super cool.
Fan of his music, right?
One day
about this cast, Russell and Chance, they're a lot taller than I thought they were going to be.
Oh yeah, we're gonna need to bring up that picture of you with them.
Because like most Ranger casts I've noticed are a little shorter, or I don't want to say.
Yeah, usually just to match
the suits, but these.
Whatever, but yeah, usually the Sentai suit actors.
Right. And this
like
cast
Walter is about my height.
Yeah, no, he's a little taller than you.
Nah, we're about the same.
Not by much. Are you guys really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I'm only 5'2". What Power Rangers am I taller than?
You're 5'2". Hey, are you 5'2"? I mean, I've met
Yeah,
you
I'm
in
only
person.
5'2".
I feel like I thought
I
you were
met
like.
you in person.
Don't worry, Liz.
Maybe it was the heels. I was wearing combat boots when you met me.
When
So
I first met Liz, she was wearing her Coda cosplay with the little vest and stuff.
I love that.
So you gotta bring that back. You gotta just wear it, you know.
I do. So if I fly southwest, I can get.
Oh my gosh! You could fly Spirit. Maybe they're cheaper.
No, they're not. So I'm.
That's crazy.
Let's see. 16.
I should do it as well. Maybe I can book him. I can book a month in advance.
Look at this.
Look
at this.
I got.
Making all you guys.
I gotta be back by.
What the fuck is happening?
No, I'm pretty sure if I was like, hey, I know our daughter starts kindergarten on Tuesday, but is it cool if I just leave, like, I don't know, Thursday? And you just deal with all of this?
I'll just be gone for a day.
Oh, also, my husband also is gone the week before that. He's in California for work.
Wow.
Yeah, so he's going to be in California the week before PMC in Woodland, California for work.
Now I have to go to California.
Hey, technically it would be for work.
Agriculture warehouses. Yeah, I'm sure that's.
But yeah, it should be. It should.
I'm like, I can't believe Power Morphicon is inching up on us 3 weeks away.
I mean, look, to stop just for a little bit because it's too much.
Yeah, I need time to stop too. It's like yesterday I was talking to Jezer a lot, or everybody a lot about like kind of the plans, and it's like, man, you guys, we just got done with San Diego. We roll right back into this, so. It's going to be a lot. We like at the end of the day, though, it's going to be a good time, and I think that I'm glad that I'm going to be able to see a lot of the Power Ranger fans. I'm glad I'm going to see the actors, and it's always a fun time, mainly because
Diego, for sure, it's different.
It's different, and you guys know. I mean, you guys know this from hanging out. Like we shut the bars down. This is a lot different than San.
We shut the IHOP down if you were with my crew.
Yeah, like
IHOP's like, get out.
I mean,
get out. We don't have any more.
It's just so much fun. I love hanging out with everybody in San Diego in Power Morphicon. I love Pasadena. Pasadena is actually one of my favorite cities.
I'm gonna post. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I'm gonna post some like behind the scenes stuff from some Power Morphicons. I was just like so gone and just walking through like a ghost town of Pasadena. There's no like towards a certain time, there's no cars on the streets. It's like The Walking Dead. It's kind of scary. It's really scary.
That would be scary.
Yeah, the vibe is a lot different than San Diego for sure.
Yeah, because Liz, you went to Power Morphicon when it was in Anaheim, right? It's different in Pasadena. It's like
wait, but you were also were you not at one of the Pasadena ones?
No.
Really?
I literally I started my channel like 8 months before PMC and completely like zoom went into the Ranger fandom.
Really?
Pasadena, it's like
I followed along all the PMCs. I followed
it's so crazy
along in my house.
I feel like my memory is meeting you in Pasadena. I guess it must. Oh no, I guess it was Anaheim.
Remember?
Now that I really think back, it was Anaheim.
Was on the floor still, and you just keep hearing that noise on the
I remember now that it was Anaheim
because they were still getting it set up. And you guys were setting up your big Megazord booth, and it was kind of one of those like, "What's up? It's nice to meet you. You were busy. I am busy. We will see each other later, maybe."
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's the one thing that in this Morphicon I kind of don't want to lose sight of too, is making sure that there's time enough for us to have fun. Because I feel like we get so involved into the like, oh, hey, we got to do this, we got to do that, let's do this, let's do that. But now it's like, okay, we can be organized and have a good time and figure out how to make this work for everybody. I think
it's tough to do both. It's tough to do both.
It is tough to do both. Honestly, like the most enjoyment I've ever had at a convention was my first Power Morphicon. After that, it's always felt like work or business. Yeah. But I mean, not saying that they haven't been fun, because they absolutely have been fun, and it's mainly due to the people that I meet there, like you guys and like some of these people in the chat. Like I met Bryn there, Larry Newbill. There's a handful of people that I've met in person that is like, dude, it's so good to see you.
Yeah, I met
person,
you guys. I met you, Josh, and JD. I think 20.
Not at Power Morphicon.
Well, we really got acquainted at Power Morph that one Power Morphicon where I was like drunk in the what hotel was that?
Oh yeah,
That's when I really
Was it like the Hilton?
Something. I was with
I remember that because it was a whole group of us.
Selwyn and Nemo. And like, you guys like, what the fuck is going on? What is he doing?
Didn't they have to like walk you home
No,
or
they
something?
brought me upstairs, and then I walked home. And then I was like,
Oh,
like
man.
Pasadena, it like you guys, if you guys go, Pasadena is so much fun. It's because there's not as much, you don't have to worry about the stress of like the Disney people like around, like all the, you know.
Well, it's also more fun because you'll see that it's more intimate, and like the way that the kind of like I guess the way that, well, that's not true. 'Cause now I'm confusing it because I was gonna say, well, I'm really blending Anaheim and Pasadena together, but I do know in Pasadena it's a little bit more intimate, and we'll be able to like, there's less distractions around in Pasadena,
Jesus.
and you'll see more of the Power Ranger.
I'm looking at something Ash sent me. Like, this is probably a currency thing, right? Like,
Yeah,
maybe,
currency
hopefully,
thing.
hopefully,
Probably.
because that's like
Yeah.
no.
To get to PMC, Ash is dropping a few grand just on the airfare.
Yeah.
That can't be
You know,
right.
this
That
is
can't
the
be
one
right.
thing that I have to say that we are very fortunate that we live in Southern California, Jezzer.
It's just a drive, but gas is expensive.
Wait, but Liz, so did you check on Southwest? What are we looking at? We should start. Hey, if you guys want to see Liz, a Power Morphicon, super chat right now.
And if you want to see me
I
there,
mean,
drop
admittedly-
2,000 in the chat.
Dude,
let's see. If I were to, I hadn't picked all of them because I was chatting. It would run for about $420.
It's actually not. Oh, 420. That's actually not terrible. I'm just saying. Prices.
I think so. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
hitch
So that would
ride
be.
with Larry. I think Larry's coming.
He's not driving.
Put me in the suitcase. I think I'm over the 50-pound limit. Sorry, I'm not gonna make it. You're gonna pay a little extra for that.
We'll see.
All right, I got a BRB. I gotta
fine.
go to
I
the
think,
bathroom.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
okay.
this is a good stopping point for the show.
I mean, it is good just talking Rangers stuff. We haven't done this in a long time.
Mm.
It's just good fun talking about stuff that happened over there. I mean, look, there's not a ton of news, but the San Diego stuff, the Melissa Flores thing is super cool. Look, excited. Get excited about Power Morphicon.
I got a fun story from
Get
San
your
Diego
tickets now.
Comic-Con. So remember we went to that Tim Burton party on like Friday, right? And you didn't get to go in with me, but I went in with Brennan, right? And
right.
He was doing this step and repeat where he's taking pictures because he was part of a movie that the host of the party.
Corrective Measures, fantastic movie. Go check it out.
And he was like, hey, can you hold my bag? He had like a little fanny bag. I was just holding his bag, like you know the wives of like celebrities when they're on like the red carpet, and I was just waiting as everybody's taking pictures of him. I was like, what happened to my life? Like I was just holding all his stuff. But yeah, it was such a weird experience. Like the San Diego, like I was not prepared for it. I don't know about you, Joe, but I was not prepared for it, like endurance wise, and just like.
Well, look, clearly, let's pull the curtain really back for this for a second. So a lot of you guys don't know this. I was hospitalized right before we got to San Diego.
Literally.
So I was in the hospital. I was in the hospital from Monday to Wednesday. I think I left the hospital on Wednesday at like 4:30. Went to go get my meds, to the pharmacy to get my meds. Went to pack. By the way, this is not COVID related. I passed 6 COVID tests. This is
we wouldn't
issue.
have let him come out if he had COVID.
Yeah, nobody would have let me come out. And not only would they not have let me come out, but I had 2 press lines that were very strict on our COVID.
We had to get tested on Saturday.
Warner Brothers had to test us on Saturday with like one of their tests, and then I had to do the Marvel one on Saturday as well. So there's no way that I could have done that with COVID. So I passed about 6 COVID tests, but I left. I packed up about 5:30. Josh, myself, and Shay left around 6:30. Got to San Diego around 8:30, 9 o'clock. And this is where it gets great, by the way. So mind you, I am literally just coming from the hospital. Like literally, I still have my bandages on from my IVs. It's insane. And we all meet up the first night. It's a handful of us that meet up the first night. And Jezzer is already gone. He has no idea where he is.
I was like, where's the story going?
We met up at like this bar. He's like yelling at the top of his lungs. He looks like a tomato. He is red AF, and he's just yelling he doesn't even remember half the people that like showed up with us. It's so funny. And then it gets even better. So I'm no dead serious. Like Caitlin was there, dead serious. So like we were there for a while, and mind you, so we went to go get something to eat. Jezzer stays out. I think it's like 2 a.m. already. He's FaceTiming me at 2 a.m. walking around San Diego. He goes back to his hotel. We have a pre-Comic-Con meeting for Thursday, 7 a.m. in the morning. He doesn't get to bed until like 3. I don't think the rest of us get to, like, the rest of us stay up for a while too. And this little monster shows up fucking bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready to go, 7 a.m. after partying all night and not remembering what the F was going on.
Like nothing had
this
happened.
Is
and people were like,
that
looking
like
at
nothing
me.
had happened. We're like, what is going on? That is what you call the endurance of a champion. So I will say this: if you want to experience that type of level of fun, come out to Power Morphicon, because that's the type of life we are going to live. It is going to be a lot
Friday
of
night. Like remember, Brendan got us into a party. I started partying, and then he went home early, like at, I don't know, it was like 8 o'clock. Like, because Brendan's such a good boy. Because he was staying with me for one night, and he just went.
Well, we didn't leave until 8 o'clock. It might have been like 10:30. It was like Peter ended up coming, and then they ended up leaving probably around like 10:30.
We went there till like maybe 2 or 3. We tried to close that thing down. It was such a, and that's what you know, if you guys meet up with us in Pasadena, that's what you're gonna get. You're not gonna get these, like,
nice.
You're not gonna get, well, maybe with Joe you will. Joe is exactly the same as on stream.
What?
And then he is outside. You're pretty tame. You're tame, like, you know, held together guy.
What do you mean?
Like, you're telling me if they met you at Power Morphicon, like out after Power Morphicon is over, you wouldn't be the same guy that you are here on stream?
I don't know necessarily what that means. What were you saying that I would? I would just.
You'd be
I don't know what
exactly
that
the same.
means.
Versus me, if they were to meet me, I would probably be yelling and screaming and.
Yeah. I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm a what you see is what you get. I wouldn't tame. Like, we'll drink, we'll have fun, but this cookie face whole thing, like when Jezzer just turns up his notch and turns it up to an 11, it's different. We call it the gremlin. That's when the gremlin comes out. And that's like, literally, he was telling everybody, he was like, "You're gonna meet Zeus tonight," and we did. We did meet Zeus. Zeus doesn't remember meeting us though, I don't think.
No,
but we
not
definitely met him on Wednesday night. It was a blur. But like those are the fun times that I think we're all gonna have. And also, to tell you the honest to God truth, the most fun I have about Power Morphicon is just talking with like-minded Power Ranger fans about Power Ranger shit. So like,
nice.
In all honesty, to me, that is the most fun. Look, here's this adult website guy again. I really hope that they're subscribed to our channel. I'm just gonna say. So
I'm just right.
Damn it! What the fudge? You made another one.
One of my favorite conversations I remember having was after the prom. I went with Sean, Orange Ranger Videos. He was my date. He's my date for the prom, right? And he was being the nice gentleman, walking me back to the hotel, not my room, but just the at least building. And we had this conversation about how RJ is probably always smoking the ganja, probably bisexual, and enjoys wearing skirts sometimes just because he likes the air. Like, these are the and you're just like, where in the world else would you be like, really though, I think RJ could totally be wearing dresses in the kitchen. And we're like, this is what happens.
Welcome to Power Morphicon.
I think it's gonna be fun.
It is going to be fun. And look, like, that's another thing too. Like, I think next week we're going to announce what the theme of the party is. As you guys know, we did Angel Grove Prom the first year. This coming up year is going to be something different, but I think still just as fun. There's a lot of fun things. There's a lot of fun things. By the way, you got a super chat, Liz. This one's for you. It says Bryn Darby sent you a super chat. It says, "Go, Liz, live my dream. I have to cross oceans." So there you go.
I have to cross oceans too.
£2 for the £2 for the Liz Fund to go to Power Morphicon. We should actually make this a thing. So here's the deal. We should have this running poll. If you want my co-hosts, any of my co-hosts, whether it be Ash, Mark, Liz, Jezra and I are already going to be there. Josh Perry. If you'd like to see them live at Power Morphicon, send us a super chat. Send us a super chat, but send it and let us know who you want to go. And that way we will compile it for each one of our cast members, and hopefully we'll put it towards them going to Power Morphicon to be out there moderating panels, meeting them face to face. Because at the end of the day, here's the honest to God truth, guys. And this is for Ranger Nation out there, everybody all around. Everybody that's doing Power Ranger content is doing it for the most part free of charge and for the fans, literally for their passion of this brand. So the best way to give back is come meet some of us in person. Let us hang out. We'll show you how cool we are in real life. But not just that, it's like-minded folks getting together and exploring our fandom. And to tell you the truth, I feel that like amongst all of us, I don't want to alienate anybody. I'm talking about all of us that are on this show, people that aren't on this show, Toku Chris, Eric Berry with
Ranger Command Power.
Ranger Command.
Excuse me.
We'll help finish it while he dies over there.
And Power Hour, No Pink Spandex, MMPR Toys, Orange Ranger Videos, Sean's Orange Ranger Videos, Database Ranger, anybody that I'm not naming, George Jr., all these folks are keeping Power Rangers on the tip of people's tongues and keeping the brand alive. I mean, we haven't got a ton from Hasbro directly, but a lot of these folks that you guys are following, they're the ones solely responsible for keeping it in the algorithm, keeping the brand alive, and show your appreciation for some of these.
Sometimes I think there's sometimes we keep
We gotta actually. I have I'm working on something for Power Month because guys, if you don't realize it, Power Month starts Monday, right? We have
yikes,
right, and to celebrate the month, I'm gonna do some stuff where my plan is, and I'm gonna try to get them pre-scheduled every day through the month. So for Power Month, we're going to be using hashtag Power Month, hashtag Power Rangers. But then I'm also going to have an additional hashtag. And so every day is going to be a different season. So like the first day is Mighty Morphin, seasons 1 through 3. Day 2 is the 1995 movie. Day 3 is Alien Rangers, Zeo. So I have every season represented. And then also a day for comics. I actually have on the Saturday of PMC is going to be hashtag fandom friends. And so I just have a bunch of stuff going on, so keep a lookout on it on Twitter and stuff, just so like every day it's the day of Dino Fury is hashtag link to Morphin Grid. Just celebrate everything about the season just for one day. Every day is a different season, a different thing to celebrate about Power Rangers. So be on the lookout for that starting Monday.
Freaking love it. This is what the fandom's all about, guys. Is bringing you content. And look, here's the thing. As you all know, you can watch Power Rangers over on YouTube. Some of it is on Netflix. The more current or Dino Fury is on Netflix. But if you're looking for new original Power Ranger content, check out Liz's channel. Check out Ash. Check out Mark. Check out Josh Perry with his Lightning Collection stuff. Check out our every single week. These people are putting in grinding.
Every single day.
Putting in the work.
Crazy.
Crazy amount of stuff that Josh is putting out on a daily basis.
Yeah. Sometimes you got like 3 videos at a time, or in a day. Crazy.
But honestly,
I didn't realize how many videos I was putting out this week because I was working like from 8 to 4 every day, and I just got into that grind set of making a video. But I think it's also because some news was coming out and stuff like that.
You know what? I'll say this to anybody, and it's so funny because we've been on other panels before. This is non-Power Ranger related, but Jezra and I have been on other panels before about like how to break into like geek media, right? Or just media in general. And the one thing that, and as you said it right now, Ash, it kind of like hits me. And same thing with you, Liz, is that most of all these folks that are doing this Power Ranger content also have another complete different job and do this literally for the fun of it. And probably spend more. It's almost like doing homework, right? It's spending time getting content out for your love of a fandom for the fans.
Yeah.
To me,
after the kiddo goes to sleep, it's like, okay, let's,
That is called, and I tell this to everybody, like if you're passionate about doing something, monetize your passion. Because eventually, if you do this enough and consistently enough, at that point, it becomes a career. And then you can do what you're doing and get paid to do it and do it for the love of doing it, but also do it because, you can make money doing it. But I feel that like, man, so much respect to everybody that puts out all that content because Jezra and I both know it's not easy.
Yeah, man, I've been grinding on the Illuminerdi's TikTok, right? Like the whole weekend. It's just been thinking about something and keep thinking about what to put.
But that's why let's show some support and get some of these folks to Power Morphicon. So if you guys hit us with a super chat, let us know whose pool you want that to go in to make it a little bit easier.
we do
for
like
them,
a telethon next week.
Tell it, dude.
Or tweet at Ranger Stop and tell them that you would like to see influencers like us at their cons.
So, Twitter is powerful.
I mean, it's one thing that, like, I feel like if I reached out to Power Morphin and I was like, hey, I'm going, I mean, I feel like I could get a press badge or whatever. So I wouldn't
don't you worry about that.
Guess I wouldn't have to add that pay to it, but it's still like...
Or guess who's a part of helping with all the press stuff is me. So the press
you got one.
That stuff is got a press badge.
That's the easy
one.
Not even a question.
Well, yeah. But you know what? Even with the place to stay, because there's I think we're gonna probably have an Illuminerdi room for a handful of people that we need to stay out there. So look, if the stars align, I think we can work this all out. Yeah. But you and I will coordinate this outside of the show, and then we'll figure out how to.
Brent says Liz go interview Captain Marvel. Yep, marvelous. I mean,
Captain Marv. Yeah.
No, I met him. The whole time I would just probably be smiling like an idiot, just be like,
I don't like.
Oh my God,
Joe, I don't think we realize how big like him coming to the convention is.
Oh no! I do. Like literally, as I've been putting together some of these panels, I think that like that's the honestly him and Jetman Black are probably the top panels that I can really think of, to be honest with you. And
hopefully they get Andrew and Captain Marvelous on the same panel.
Yeah, I mean, look, my goal too is to make sure that panel is going to be a must see. Like, I really want it to be
Saturday primetime panel right there.
That is a Saturday primetime panel. That is right. You know what? I'm working. There's a handful of good ideas that I think we're working on, and hopefully we can bring them to you live. I mean, look, if any indication of the viewing globe was, if the viewing globe was any indication, then I think that we should be able to do a good job at doing this live. But it's a different element. It's a different element. Things could go wrong live. You know, we had the safety net of having a pre-taped 3-day kind of thing online. So we'll see how this goes. We're going to roll the dice, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
All right. I think that's a good place to stop. Liz, where can everyone find you on social media?
On Twitter, I am at Ranger_Liz, and pretty much everywhere else, I'm just Ranger Liz. That's me. On YouTube, I talk Rangers. And
I am Deoxy360 everywhere else, and on YouTube.
Joseph?
You can find me at Joe Illuminerdi on all social media and right here every Saturday, or most Saturdays at least. But you know what? You'll be able to find me at Power Morphicon in about 3 weeks, dying of exhaustion. So, Jezzer, where can everybody find you?
You can find me on all social media at JezzerZeus and on our YouTube and TikTok.
Right. Well, look, guys, thank you so much for tuning in and spending your Saturday with us. We love talking Power Rangers. We hope to see you guys right here next week. We will have a party announcement for you guys, maybe a few panel announcements. But come on back to the Illuminerdi next Saturday for the Range wrap-up, and we'll fill you in. Please smash that like, share, and subscribe button to stay up to date with everything trending
in geek pop culture.
Peace.
Peace.
See you next week, guys.